So if you all feel ready and you have your props and anything you think you may need, go ahead. So it was a week ago. It was the day after the elections here. This brings us all together. And little did we know that we were going to have to be waiting for some type of conclusion. So I think for many of us, wherever we may be in this process, it was kind of a sigh of relief, at least to know, okay, it has gone this way or the other. And as soon as we got that sigh of relief, then there's of course so much more going on. And then we have to go back into finding our breath, right? So sticking to our daily practice, whether it's on the mat or just sitting with ourselves and breathing. So it's so important for all of us to keep ourselves sane some way or another. Watching TV Saturday night, I fell into a clip from this comedian. I think his name is Dave or David Chappelle, which I didn't know before. But it really caught my attention because I thought it was so interesting the way he's talking. He's talking real stuff and then making it funny, of course. At the same time, it can be so cynical, and it was rough in some way or another. Now, the inspiration for me to mention him was at the very end of his stand-up. He said that, of course, the country is so divided. We all know that. And he was like, there is hate out there. But I do not hate anyone. What I hate is the feeling itself. So it was great to me to kind of notice how the practice that we do here allows us to go in there, inside of ourselves, to notice whatever feelings or emotions. And then from there, we can expand and find out what we want to do with it. So he was really speaking to that. He said it's about the feeling, and I don't like the feeling of hate, of division. So I think it is time for us, and in his words, it was like, it's time for us to learn to live with one another. It's time for us to learn to find joy in our existence. It's time for us to forgive. And I just found it so beautiful, especially that day, that I wanted to bring it for us into our practice. So with that little inspiration, let's go ahead and begin. We're going to begin on a child's pose, please. If you do feel comfortable, or you can also lie on your back, pulling your knees over onto your heart. With your legs open or your knees together. And let's see if you can come onto the tip of your fingers and see how much more you can let your forehead drop. Allowing the hips to get heavier. And as we allow to make the hips get heavier, we can also maybe try to walk the fingertips a little bit further away, so we're elongating the body. Noticing any sensations that may be becoming clear to us. Observing the breath. And then just lifting the gaze slightly as you inhale, looking that space in between the thumbs. Then use the exhale to walk your arms over to your right or your left, wherever you may want to begin. And drop, if you're on your left, drop the right hip. Maybe your right hand rests on top of your left hand, pushing it down. Yeah. On the next inhale again, just looking up lightly to the tip of the fingers. And with the exhale, start walking your arms over onto the right. It's going to feel very different for many of us. Try to rest the left hand over your right. And drop your left sitting bone. There's almost like a little bit of a rotation. So your right rib cage is a little bit higher up. It's okay. And then go ahead and inhale, looking forward lightly. Begin to walk your hands back to center where we came from. Keep your gaze forward, would you? And then see your hands, expand your fingers. And then very consciously, we make our way up onto a tabletop. So probably your wrists are under your shoulders and your knees right under your hips for cat-cow. So begin segmentating the movement. Tailbone up, inhaling. And gaze up. Exhale, round your spine a lot, drop the tailbone. And inhale. Exhale, round. See if you can bring your chin to chest. Inhale. And one more. Let's round it up here and hold it here. Round your shoulder blades, pull your navel in. Let's tuck the toes under for a moment. Good. And now we're going to keep the left knee down, the left leg down, and take the right leg up and back. Begin to look forward. And then the left arm up is optional. Find your balance here. And begin to connect to the lower navel. Inhale. With the exhale, round your back, have the elbow and the knee touch. Or at least come to one another. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Next time, as we lengthen, let's hold it here again. Connect back onto your lower navel. Lengthen with one more inhale. With the exhale, lower left hand and lower the right knee. Feel your body, feel if you're leveling your hips, your shoulders. And then get support on your right leg. Take the left leg up, square your hips. Right arm up as an option. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale, round. Knee and elbow toward one another. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, let's hold it here as we're extending. Reach with your left heel, reach with the tip of the fingers. Inhale. And exhale, lower right hand, lower your left leg back onto all fours. So maybe you still have your toes tucked under. We're going to reach the hips back toward the heels, maybe not all the way. Press through your hands, and we begin to make our way up to downward facing dog. First, acknowledging and noticing how the body feels on our way up. Notice every single sensation. And begin to walk your dog. Observe the length of the breath at this point, both the inhales and the exhales. And maybe notice also, what would you like out of your practice? Even though we're doing a flow, are you looking for more meditative movement? Or maybe more vigorous? Settle on your downward dog. Yeah, and then let's go ahead and come onto a plank with the inhale. And with the exhale, bring both knees back down onto all fours. Inhale here, look up. And on the exhale, bring the hips down toward the heels. Begin to round your back as you inhale onto all fours. And then arch as you inhale here. Exhale, round. And hips down toward the heels. And we're going to arch this time. Inhale. Come back to all fours. One more. Exhale. Keep your upper back rounded. And then bring yourself back up to downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, looking forward. And then bend your knees on your exhale. Walk or jump onto the front. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, come down onto a forward fold. Let's make it all the way up to standing. Then reach your arms up and over your head. Hands together by heart center. And let's join our voices here to open up with the sound of Om. So we'll do 3 rolling Oms. Hopefully you'd like to join here. Bringing the hands together, just begin to find your grounding. Exhale first. And inhale for Om. Inhale. Releasing both hands down, mountain pose. Let's inhale the shoulders, shrugging up towards the ears. And exhale the shoulders back, shoulder blades together, drop the shoulders down. Same exhale. Again, inhaling, shoulders up toward the ears. Exhale, shoulders back, shoulder blades come close together, drop the shoulders. And now let's see if we can keep them there some way, somehow a little bit more relaxed than that. Press through the heels. And inhale, arms up and over the head. Exhale, big circle with the arms, go forward and down onto your forward fold. Yeah, tip of the fingers touch the earth or hands to your shins. With the inhale, lengthen your back. And on the exhale, touch and float or walk back onto a plank. Let's hold it here for one full breath. Find that rounding of your upper back. Or knees down. Good. Inhale. Now listen, with the exhale, knees, chest and chin down. Touch. Inhale for cobra, long legs. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Yes. Allowing ourselves here to observe through the transition first, how do we enter this one place that we're in right now? And when you inhale, notice the full breath in. And when you exhale, exhale all the past. Inhale. Exhale the future. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. And exhale, walk or float to the front of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Come all the way up to standing. Reaching the arms long up and over the head. Keep your arms up with you. Would you inhale, look up. And on the exhale, bend over to your right. Inhale, come to center. Lengthen. Exhale, bend over to your left. Good. Inhale, lengthen yourself. This time with the exhale, big circle with the arms, go forward and down, forward fold. Yes. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, touch and float or walk back onto your plank. This same exhale takes us down, chaturanga or through knees down. Cobra or up dog. And roll over your toes or your own way back to downward facing dog. Come back to that awareness of the breath. Deep inhales. Letting go as you exhale. Excellent. Looking forward with the inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, float or walk to the front. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Let your head really drop here, the shoulders. And now strong through your legs, reach up. Inhale. And let's go straight down. Big circle with the arms, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. And then touch, walk, or jump to plank. Lower through your own way. All right? We give ourselves permission to notice what practice is ideal for us today. Downward dog. It's such a great gift for us to be here together, to have this room, a virtual room, still a place for us to be together, to breathe and move somewhat at the same pace. And at the same time, we know the exploration is happening from within. On the next inhale, look forward, bend your knees. And with the exhale, float or work to the front. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Come up to standing. Arms reach all the way up and over the head. Exhale, hands to heart, Samastitihi. Mountain pose. Good, let's go back to that same, what we did before. Okay, inhale your shoulders up toward the ears. Exhale your shoulders back. Shoulder blades mainly. Drop them down. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders back and down. And then be here with all of who you are, right here, right now. Notice your breath. Good. So we're going to bend the knees for chair. Bend the knees, hinge from your hips, and reach your arms up. Up and over the head. If that works, any variation you may want to practice today, you can interlace fingers behind your back or have your hands right in front of your heart. Get heavy on the heels. Grounding ourselves more and more. Inhale. And then exhale to go forward and down. Inhale, lengthen. All right, touch, walk, or float to plank. We'll lower through your own way. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Right away here, so anchor your left foot, look forward on an inhale. Take one or several steps forward with your right foot. Turn, pivot your left heel down. Warrior one. Both feet are grounded, arms up and over your head. And we stay here. And what works for us today, maybe we're going to keep the chest open towards the corner of the mat or try to turn it forward. Inhale. Exhaling, both hands down. Step your right foot back. Either go straight to downward dog or go through a vinyasa here. And we'll meet in downward dog. And once in downward dog, anchor your right foot. Inhale as you look forward, step left foot forward. Help yourself if needed. Turn, pivot, right heel. Once you feel your grounding, reach up, arms up and over the head. Same thing here, notice. Left and right, or forward. Inhale, and exhale, lower both hands. Step left foot back, lower through. Downward facing dog. Anytime your downward dog prefers to be a child's pose, allow it to be a child's pose. There's plenty of rules to follow during the day. So you want to notice what you really want. Allow yourself some permissions. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, float or walk to the front. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Back to chair, bend your knees. Hinge. Arms, you decide. Up, back, or front. Can we go a little bit deeper maybe? Heels heavy. Press, exhale. Come all the way up. Nicely done. Arms up and over your head. And bring your hands to heart. Full breath out. Mountain pose. Feel the palpitations, the sounds within the body, and the pace of your breath. And so let's go ahead and open up to the wide side of the mat. Actually, I forgot to tell you, I went for a hike today, so I have a huge blister that's really bothering me. So if it looks weird, you know why. We open wide here, open the arms wide also. Inhale. Good. We're going to turn the left toes out. And with the exhale, triangle. Push your hips over to the side. Start bending over towards your left leg. If you don't do this posture rather often, just use your blocks. If you're feeling more on a winding down, you can bring the gaze down toward your foot. Let's press through both heels. Exhale. And with the inhale, come back up. We're going to turn the left toes in, the right toes out. And begin to exhale as you reach over to the second side, the hip, over to your left. Right hand, left arm up. Relax that left hand. Just notice if we're trying to make it really rigid. Instead, allow yourself for some softness. Nice. One more. Give yourself one last exhale here. And with the next inhale, really supported through the feet, come up. You can lower your arms or keep them up. Turn the right toes in. And again, the left toes out. Possibly a little bit more distance in between your legs. We're going to bend this time. The left knee. Extended side angle. So maybe the forearm onto the leg or the hand down. Right arm is going to reach up or up and over the head. You explore your extension. How far are you going today to notice how much space you're getting? See if you can feel the outer side of your right foot against the earth. Exhaling. And inhale, give yourself lots of breath. Come back up. Turn your left toes in, right toes out, bend. Find the space, and you transition in your own time. This side may be different than the other. There's no right or wrong, at least when you're practicing with me. So there's the offering of the posture, but it's always in progress. Just like life. One last exhale. Press through the feet. Inhale, come up. Beautiful. This time, lower your arms. Bring both feet in. Wiggle your feet together or jump them back together. You may be, if you know the Ashtanga practice, you may be noticing some resemblance. That's what we're doing today. Very inspired by Ashtanga. Come to the front of your mat. And we'll inhale the arms up and over the head. Exhaling, going forward and down to a forward fold. Good. Inhale to lengthen. And if you're touching the earth, go ahead and stay there, or bend your knees to touch, and then step your right foot back, would you? Yeah. Keep your right knee up, or you can also lower. Either way, we open the heart looking forward. Begin to find your grounding here. I'm feeling the blisters. And then reach up. Arms up and over your head. Maybe the gaze up to the tip of the fingers. One more inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to heart. Same exhale, we're going to turn, twist to the left. If you prefer to stay there, go. Or hook your right elbow to the outer side of your knee. Nice, good grounding here. Inhaling back to center. And as we exhale, lower both hands down. Look forward. And step your right foot forward. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, touch here. Let's step the left foot back on the exhale. Option to lower your left knee. Keep it simple. Find your grounding, look forward. And when you're ready, reach your arms up and over your head. Can we push the left thigh higher up without sacrificing the leveling of the hips? Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to heart. Same exhale, turn twist to your right. Maybe hook here. Are we breathing? And I know the pace of the breath changes throughout the whole practice, but we're still breathing in and out, not holding our breath. Right? Bring the hands to heart, inhale. Exhale, lower both hands down. And this time we step the left foot back. Plank. Round your upper back. Good. Lower the left knee. And bring the left foot behind your right knee. Your left knee, sorry. And the right foot is down. Right arm up. And then maybe stay here, or option to lift the right leg up. Think like a supported half moon here. Can you sense what's happening in your pelvis? Inhale. And let's lower, right foot down, right hand down. Back to plank. Step the left foot back. Lower your right knee down. Right foot behind the knee. And left foot down. Left arm up. Stay here. Or, just like before, option to lift your left leg up. Lightly pressing against the earth. Can you feel, where can you feel a physical sensation? And how does that expand into a feeling sensation, maybe even emotions? And what that may be. Inhale. Exhale. Lower left hand down. Let's come back to plank. Go straight to downward dog or go through your vinyasa. You decide. I'm gonna go straight back up to downward dog. Just, those are transitions that we want to decide over. And we breathe. Find a steady point for your gaze. On the next inhale, looking forward, knees bend. Exhale. And inhale, walk or jump to the front. Lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. All the way up to standing. Arms reach up and over the head. Exhaling, hands to heart. To mountain. So every time we go back to mountain, feel the heels heavy, and from the heels up, a straight line, your center line. And then we go ahead and open wide. Yeah? The space in between your legs is up to you, maybe a full leg's length, or shorter or wider. Good, we're gonna keep the feet parallel to one another. Bring your hands over to your hips. And it's almost like we're pressing the legs down as we lengthen the torso with an inhale. Heart up. And with the exhale, start hinging, going forward and down onto a forward fold. So your fingers almost get trapped in your hip creases. Head down, then you can bring the hands down to the blocks or to the earth. Once you get into an inhale, lengthen your spine. And with the exhale, go back onto your forward fold. Now take the whole crown of the head to point down towards the earth. And possibly you're going to walk your hands through your legs to point your fingers the opposite direction. Are your calves speaking up here? Maybe the hamstrings. And walking the hands back under the shoulders. Let's lengthen, inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to hips. Press through the feet, come back up onto standing, inhale. Nicely done. Open your arms wide, inhale. Exhale, bring the hands behind you, interlacing the fingers, press the hands down. Inhale, open the heart. Shoulder blades together, and with the exhale, forward and down. So I keep coming back to those words. It's time to learn to find joy in our existence. How does that relate to this moment for us, right here, right now? Can we allow ourselves to do that? And then press again through your heels, the whole foot. And with your next inhale, begin to make your way up. Make it a full, long, deep inhale. Beautiful. Releasing both hands down. Okay, so already here we have the legs wide. Let's go ahead and turn the left toes over to the left. And bend your left knee. Begin to adjust here if you need more to stand like on train tracks, or maybe heel to heel. You'll know better. You know how much balance you feel today. Opening the arms wide for warrior two. Gaze over to the tip of the fingers. And observe what's your left hip doing. Can you find a moment to keep it steady? Are you okay being here, or do you want to rush out? Let's press here. Good. Inhale, lengthen that left knee. Turn the left toes in and turn your right toes out. Let's bend the knee here, warrior two. Second side. Totally different perspective, so keep your gaze steady to the tip of your fingers. Maybe even totally different sensations. Nice. Settle a little bit deeper. Good. Inhale, straighten that knee. Turn your right toes in, lower both hands. And let's wiggle the feet back together or jump them back together. There you go, mountain pose. Feeling the heat from the inside. So let's do a little bit of balance, and you'll decide if you need a wall at any point. Please go ahead, or if you feel comfortable here by the center of your mat. So check the balance. Try to just for a second lift your right foot lightly. Feel your left leg. And then change over to your right. And then both feet down. Let's come onto the ball of the feet. And then lower the heels. Lift the toes. There you go. So we're communicating with our nervous system already here, and you yourself notice what you're exploring. So let's go ahead and stand strong on that left leg and pull on that right leg, and pull your left knee up. Excellent. We're gonna open here, inhale. And exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, open. And exhale, back to center. Okay, inhale, open. And then option here to go into a tree pose, or maybe figure four. The foot over your thigh or to the outer side. Hands to heart. If you're on tree pose, stay there for a few moments. If you're on figure four, we can bend the knee, hinge from the hips, adding a little bit more challenge onto our balance. So you decide, find your core. There you go. Those blisters are really challenging. So I want to use that. Good. If we are bending on the knee, come up. And then we can use the figure four just like on tree pose for all of us, reaching the arms up and over the head. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. And we're going to point the knee forward and lower it down. Yay, release. How's that right leg? How's your right ankle? Tucking? Excellent. Good, right, to use the body. Stand. Mountain pose. Stand strong on your left leg. Bring your right knee up. Inhale. And let's exhale as we open. Inhale in. Exhale, open. Inhale. Exhale, open. And maybe you'll do the same variation. Why don't we do that so that you stay balanced on your body? I did a figure 4. Maybe you did tree pose. I hinged and bent the knee. I came into a chair. And you will notice the difference between one side and the other. Just be playful with it. Playful with the challenges that life offers us. Press a little bit deeper, exhale. And let's all meet back up. Oh, well, we forgot the arms. Maybe the arms up and over the head. There you go. Hands to heart. How much longer are we here? Bring your knee forward and lower. Isn't it one of the questions? There are certain classes where I go to that it's like you never know when you're going to get out. So eventually we learn to be with what is. Mountain pose. Shake it, of course. I saw you were shaking it. Great. Give yourself that. Let it go. Beautiful. Let's come over to the top of the mat. Give yourself a moment. The moment of transition. The moment of no rush. So that we stay aware of what we're doing. And then reach the arms up and over the head. With an exhale, go forward and down, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, touch or walk back onto a downward facing dog or vinyasa. If you want to do one more vinyasa here, we meet in downward dog. Nicely done. We're gonna sit. Inhale, look forward. On your exhale, right knee forward and down in between your hands. And then the left knee swings forward. Let's come onto our seat. And then feel free to bring your blanket under your coccyx here, your tailbone. Dandasana to lengthen. So once again, going back into the Ashtanga-inspired practice for a few moments. Allowing the breath to regulate itself. And notice what comes with that. Press through the sitting bones and inhale your arms up and over your head. As you exhale, let's keep the arms up to the best of your ability and then start hinging. Long, long spine. Lengthen the chest. You're folding forward and down. Release the hands. Gaze down. You may want to, only if you feel like it, grasp your feet or the big toes. Inhale, look up. And then on your exhale, begin to make your way back up onto your seat. Let's make a nice fluid transition as we're coming up. Place your hands behind your back. Fingers out or in. Knees bent or straight. Revolve tabletop. Press. And feel the tip of the fingers also supporting you here. Hips up. Up. So pretend you have, what is that called for a car when you get a flat tire and you have to lift the car? A lift. Right, right under your sacrum. Push. So the back is what is strong here. Roll your shoulders back. Yeah, push one more time, inhale. Very gently, chin to chest. Gaze starts reaching down and hips come back down. Yeah, and feel that. Shake your wrists. Excellent. And once we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and open the legs wide. So find your width. How far can we go without overdoing it? Far enough to feel the stretch, the opening. Hands behind us. Lengthen the torso. Inhale. And then gently push with your hands. So you start leaning forward. And have your blocks close by if you prefer to have them for your arms. Long spine. Maybe you bring the arms forward. And rest your gaze in between your thumbs. With the palms on your blocks or against the earth, gently push to roll over your sitting bones. If that's even possible to notice that. Yeah, I'm gonna look up, inhale, and then walk your hands in and come back up. So let's bring that right leg right in front of us. And bend your left knee, so the sole of the foot would be to the inner side of your leg, or maybe come all the way up onto a half lotus, to the hip crease. As long as the knee is not speaking, shouting at us, no way, this is okay. Or support yourself with a block. Otherwise, just bring it down. The posture will be the same. Good? Nicely done. All right, hands down, inhale, lengthen. And as we exhale, we're going to turn and twist over towards that left side. You can have the right hand over to the outer side of your knee. And here come different variations. You may want to have a half bind, left arm behind us. And you may even find that big toe, the left big toe. If it's not there today, it'll be there someday. Lengthen your torso. Inhale deep. Exhale, release if you're doing the full grasping, and then come back to center. Hands to the sides. Extend now your left leg and bend your right knee, either to the inner side of your thigh or your lotus. And know that this is even more, in the sense the balance may not be the same. The left and the right side may just not be the same. It's okay. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale, begin to turn, twist over to the right. Stay there maybe. Or see if that right arm is going to go for half bind. Possibly it's going to find the toe. What an exploration. An exploration of our bodies. Inhale. And with your exhale, come back to center. Extend your right leg. And we'll bend that left knee again. This time we have the sole of the foot flat. We have a little bit of distance between the inner thigh and the inner side of the foot. Again, find your lumbar spine in its natural curve. Keep your right hand down and extend your left arm up, inhale. With the exhale, we're going to bend into the inner side of that left leg and reach forward. Notice what happens to that left knee. So keep maybe the tip of the fingers touching the earth, or that same left arm is going to bind over your left leg, if you'd like. You can also reach right arm and try to find your hand for a full bind. It's all options. And we push that right hip back and fold forward. You can use a strap if you want to find out how it is to go into the full posture. We don't have to bind the hands to explore. A strap is just as good. And let's see, press gently through the left foot. Inhale to begin looking up. Release gently that bind and come back up onto your seat. There you go. Extend. Left leg long, and we bend the right knee. Again, find your lumbar spine natural curve. Left hand down, right arm up. Help yourself with that left hand supporting you. Reach, 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 reach. And touch. Stay there. That could be your stop for today. Or bind. And see, I have a tendency to drop the knee. So I need to remember to help myself to keep it in. Maybe you go for the full bind. And then fold forward. There's the Uddiyana Bandha, you know, around the navel. We really want to use it here to press the organs in as we exhale. Give yourself one last exhale. Press through the right foot and begin to come up. Yes. Release your arms gently. And then let's bend both knees. Have the soles of the feet touch. So coming into a Baddha Konasana or butterfly. Hands behind. Once again, lengthen the spine. Are we reaching into those sitting bones deep? Good. Inhale. And exhale. Hinge. Go forward. The gaze follows the sundown that is actually happening right in front of us. And maybe the hands hold on to the feet, opening them just like a big book we're going to read into. Roll on to the outer side of your sitting bones. Exhale. And with the inhale, begin to come back up. And here we are. Now bring your knees to touch. Are almost like traditional boat pose. We can't not have boat pose. All right. No, we actually can. But either hold your legs, go for the full boat, or maybe half, arms to the sides maybe. And then hold it here. See if you can roll the shoulders back. And see what this reminds you of. Good. And then maybe a little bit lower on your spine, your legs. Big core. And a little bit lower. A bit lower. I'm feeling the tremoring. Maybe you are too. And a little bit lower. And there you go. All the way down. Land on your back. Land on your Shavasana, which is not the final Shavasana. But acknowledge that we are now reclined with our gaze up towards the skies. And fully aware of this moment, we bend the knees. Good. Allowing each ourselves to live with one another in forgiveness. We're all experiencing the same things. So with the heels close into your sitting bones, arms to the sides, we're going to bend the elbows, so a little bit of a variation. And I want you to press the upper arms against the earth. Make fists with your hands. Press through the heels to lift your hip just 1/3 of the way. Give yourself an inhale on your way up. And then go ahead and lower, exhale. Open your hands, extend your fingers, and then close. Make a fist, press the upper arms, go up on your inhale, halfway up, and then exhale. Release the tension. One more time. This time, let's go all the way up. What is for you your full bridge. But the arms stay there as a suggestion, just to change and explore a new sensation. See how it feels here. Thighs reach up. You feel the support of the back of your shoulders, and you steady your gaze. Excellent. Now release the hands. Lift your heels. Inhale your arms up and over your head. Navel maybe a little bit higher. And with the exhale, start rolling. Upper back. And the mid back. And all the way down. Heels down. Arms down. Have the knees touch and the feet apart. Begin to sway your legs from side to side. Come back to center. Bring the feet parallel to one another. And let's cross right leg over left all the way, with an option to go into a full Garudasana legs. The right foot maybe behind your calf. Opening the arms wide. Inhale. With the exhale, gonna roll and drop the legs over onto the right. Find a block for your legs to be supported, or your blanket, or whatever you may need, and see if we can keep the left shoulder down. Gaze over to your left. And observe, keep observing. Not for the mind, from your body. The resistance maybe. The letting go. What do you experience as you hold on to resistance? Or the opposite, as you begin to let go? Let's engage that Uddiyana Bandha again first, and gently begin to bring the knees toward the heart, back to center. And cross your legs, and cross the other way, left over right. And see if this side allows for the foot to come all the way behind. Knees close to heart, and begin to roll and turn the legs over to your left. Gaze over to your right. Letting go of the breath. And letting go of any other tensions that you may still be feeling. Engage your navel and pull the knees in toward the heart and roll back to center. There you go. Uncross your legs. Knees come close to the heart. And maybe help yourself, bringing them even closer and closer, lengthening the spine. Let's open the legs wide. Think like a child's pose here, basically, to begin with, where it might be a place where you want to stay. Now notice we want to try to have the tailbone, especially the sacrum, touching the earth. So this is a good option to stay here if that's a little bit problematic. Or we can also bring the lower legs up perpendicular to the ceiling. Still with the hands now behind the knees. Notice if the tailbone is still lengthening and the sacrum is flat towards the earth. And if you'd like, go ahead and grab the big toes or the outer side of your feet. As long as we don't sacrifice that sacrum touching the earth. Right? So we may have to hold the leg somewhere else. My arms are quite long, so it's like, yeah, sure. And breathe. Soft and conscious. Maybe swaying from side to side. And back to center. If you'd like one last stretch, see if you have it in you. Legs touch. Let go. Bend your knees. And start making your way into Shavasana. If you have a blanket with you, use it. Either to cover yourself, or maybe even to support your head or your legs. Arms to the sides. Lengthen yourself here. Keep letting go of the breath. See if you in fact feel good enough to lie in a full Shavasana, or if you need to, even here, even Shavasana has its variations. Could be a half Shavasana with the knees bent. Could be on your side. Maybe even prone facing the earth. Begin to let go more and more of the sound of your breath, trusting that you're breathing no matter what. And trusting the earth beneath holding you strong and safe. Allowing for the muscles to soften. Or the bones to just drop. Let the mind come onto Shavasana as well. Release any tension on your jaw. And allow yourself to find joy in your existence. If you don't necessarily need to end your practice right here, right now, please feel free to stay in Shavasana. And to stay as long as you wish or need or want. And then you can always come back to the closing. As for me, I'll just guide you through the closing if you'd like to join and you need to finish your practice right now. So slowly bringing all your awareness into this virtual room that we find all ourselves together. See where you are, see where I am, and everyone else. And what parts of your body are becoming very clear to you, the sensations. And from those parts begin to find movement and create some type of ripple effect to create more and more movement across your body. The breath is still and quiet, but you're more and more conscious of right here, right now. And then gently you bend your knees and roll over to your side, just like a baby, onto your embryo pose. I find that posture just so endearing and intimate. And when you're ready, then with your eyes closed, begin to make your way up onto your seat. If you're in Shavasana and staying there, please continue. Eyes closed, hands together in front of the heart. And part of the key word for our practice that was not mentioned, but it was practiced, is forgiveness. So in forgiveness, we join our voices to the sound of Om. Exhaling, and inhale for Om. Bowing down towards heart center. Namaste.